Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Julie, and today's video I'm going to be doing this kind of fresh spring look, but I'm also going to be giving you some tips on how to look fresh and alive and awake when you're feeling a little under the weather. This makeup look is definitely a way to fool the world into thinking that you don't feel totally dead inside. Just kidding. So if you're interested in some tips and tricks on how to look awake and fresh even when you're sick, then let's go ahead and get started. Actually, before we get started, I wanted to start this video way back here because I wanted to show my cute sweater in the camera. But this is kind of far away to be like, if you want this makeup look, keep watching. I mean, you can't really see what it looks like, right? But anyway, this is so cute. I got it at Target, clearance half off, and yeah, okay. Let's actually get started now. So as you can see, I am just out of the shower, and so my skin is nice and soft from being in the shower. So the first thing that I'm going to do, actually before I put on my moisturizer, that's one of the first things, I'm going to use some eye drops. This is Clear Eyes Maximum Redness Relief, and I don't have a tripod, so you're just kind of chilling out by my mirror right now. But the next thing I'm going to do is moisturize. I'm going to use the CeraVe moisturizing cream. I absolutely love this, so I'm going to go ahead and just take some of that and put it generously all over my skin and make sure that I'm extra hydrated today. So I'm going to take some Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer, and I like this one because it's smoothing and brightening, and I have a little bit of breakouts on my forehead, so I'm going to put some on my forehead just to kind of smooth that out a bit, and then I'm going to put a little on my nose, cheeks, and chin. The next thing I'm going to do is work on brightening up this area right here. It tends to get a little bit more dark when I'm not feeling good. So I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Illumination. Just the smallest little amount. And I'm going to use this to brighten the darker parts of my eyes, warming it up on the fingertips, and then just kind of placing it down right here. You can see that product goes quite a long way. Bring it a little bit into here, up the side of the nose, and letting my fingertips really melt that. And today I'm going to be going in with a dewy foundation. I just think that if I want to look more fresh and awake and full of life, something matte and drying is just going to make me look even more lackluster than I already am. So I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Foundation. Next, I'm going to go in with some Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to try to use this a little bit more sparingly and just kind of dot it where I need it. Prime my eyelids with it, between the eyebrows, over this red spot that I get right here all the time, a little on the chin, and Cupid's bow. So I said sparingly, but you know. The reason that I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape is I like the high coverage that it has, and I think that the biggest thing that I need to do for days like today is make sure that I have a lot of good brightness and coverage around my eyes, because that's going to help me look more alive and awake. Next, I'm going to set my T-zone and especially my eye area with some setting powder. This is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I'm also going to put some on my chin. And then with whatever's left, I'm going to kind of spread that throughout the rest of the face. But I'm not going to overly set the foundation all over. Actually, I should on my smile lines. A little more powder right there. but I'm not going to over powder the face. Like, as you can see, I still got some shine right here, and I like that. I'm gonna keep that. Although, I will say that will poke through the powder with this foundation. It's a great dewy foundation. I'm actually gonna skip forward to highlight next, and I'm gonna be using the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. So I'm using this highlight because it's not too blingy. Like, you can see it just adds a really natural highlight, and I'm just gonna kind of generously put this all over my face. I'm putting it on my cheekbone, up the side of my forehead. I'm even going to put a little right here. I'm gonna take a little on my finger and just kind of highlight right here, and then blend it out with this. A little on my chin. Did I go a little highlighter happy? Yes, absolutely, but I'm okay with that because my makeup is not going to look perfect today, and that's not the goal. I just want to look fresh and alive and awake. So next I'm going to go on with this number 7 bronzer in Maple, and I'm just going to bring some color back to my skin. On the sides of my forehead, in the middle of my forehead, and then at the bottom of my chin. And I'm actually not going to contour today, but what I'm going to do is take some of this powder, and I'm going to kind of cut my contour a little bit with that. Just kind of add some powder like that, just to shape the face that way. And then just take a brush and wipe it off right away. Then I'm going to go in with some blush. This is Milani Luminoso blush. I like this blush because it has a sheen to it. It's really pretty and bright, and it's just going to bring some life back to my skin. You know what? I changed my mind a little bit. I am going to contour just a tiny bit, but I'm going to take the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette, and I'm just going to go in with the lightest shade and just gently contour right here. Do a little something. Do a little something for the skin. I always end up doing more than I plan. Let's be honest. I'm going to take some of this shade right here. It's just a nice brightening color. It's not shimmery, but it has kind of a... There's an ice cream truck. I'm going to put it right here. This is nice and brightening, and there's something about it that really grabs the light and just makes it look a little bit more glowy. And I'm just going to brighten the center of the face with that. I'm going to go in a little bit more just right here, hit the top of the cheekbone with some more of that Mary Luminizer, just to kind of, you can see here's like kind of the before and here's the after. So next I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Just Peachy palette, and I'm going to go in with Peaches and Cream right here. And I'm just going to put that in as a transition shade. I really like this palette. I think that it's so versatile. You can get something really bright. I'm just going to build this color up. I think that it's such a pretty brightening type of shade, and it's just going to bring some life to the eyes. Then I'm going to go in with Fresh Picked with a smaller brush, and I'm going to just kind of put this on the outer corner of the eye. Not a ton of it, but just kind of blending it in to the outer corner, up into the crease, and gently up and out. And then blending on the lid. Then with no additional product on that first brush, just kind of blending out and diffusing the edges. And now that I've got that down, I'm gonna go back in again with the Mary Luminizer highlight, get some on my finger, and then I'm just gonna put this on the inner part of the eye. And obviously I'm being kind of messy, and I'm gonna fix it a little bit with a brush in a minute, but just lay it down and make sure this whole area is nice and bright. And once that's laid down, I'm going in with that brush again just to do some more blending. And then using that smaller brush, again, I'm going to go in with the lighter color and just really quickly blend some out on the bottom here. I think it still has a little bit of that darker shade, so it's kind of making a nice little mix for my under eye area. And I'm just gonna skip ahead to my eyebrows and just quickly fill those in. I'm also going to do a little bit of eyeliner, but I'm not going to do it all the way across in a full wing. I'm just gonna do a little wing at the end and probably take it in about halfway. So kind of a baby winged eyeliner look. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. I'm just going to line in the thinnest little line right along my lash line. This liner kind of goes out a lot straighter than I initially intended, but that's okay. I'm just gonna throw on some mascara real quick. Then I'm gonna throw on some false lashes. These are House of Lashes Iconic Lights. Taking what's left over on this, I'm just gonna dust this right under my brow while this glue dries. And just to keep the lips simple, I'm gonna go in with NYX Butter Gloss in Tiramisu. Okay, and then just throw your hair into a low pony, or just get it out of the way basically, and this look is complete. Obviously the lower part right here, my makeup is gonna wear off from blowing my nose, but aside from that, you shouldn't be able to tell. I think that I look awake and healthy and alive, and all it took was some makeup and I'm going to fool the world. But yeah, I've been really into kind of this more dewy look, and I have oily skin, and so I've always been a little bit afraid to play with such a shiny kind of look, but I find that it really doesn't make that big of an impact. Like at the end of the day, my makeup is going to look just as oily no matter what. I used to hate the chin highlight, but I actually really love it now. I try not to go too heavy-handed because I think it can look like slobber, but I do really like it. So that is everything for this video. I hope that you liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Thanks, bye.